Alrighty, goodbye to the over-comfortable chair and over-comfortable position. That made my voice sound weird. I'm over back into the Hex Lab. We're going to modify Hex Lab 3. We are going to do this. I've done this so many times. I'm going to do this from the hip. I have nothing written down. So let's go. I'm jumping to HS Lab 3 inside of Visual Studio. Jump down to here. Public class. Fence post. Going to inherit from base shape. Okay, I want to override evaluate. And I want to override process. No, I don't. That's all I have to override right there. We are going to do a matrix selection a lot like we do the opposite sides. And we're going to set this up in such a way that you can write different even and odd items to file. Let's take a look at the code. Let's go over here and look at the, you don't have to jump to Visual Studio or to Unity right now, but I do. Let's go ahead and look at this. I'm going to set the smoothing down to 1. I'm going to generate. Okay, so you can have many things that need to respond to the even and odd columns. You could also have something like with our tiling, which we're going to do soon, for like paths which will respond to both, which could possibly be changed based on both the even and odd column and row column. So how many selections is that? Well, if we jump back over to Visual Studio, so we're going to create a protected matrix. Possibly it should be public because you want to load it from a file, and we're going to call it even odd. And you would want to load this from a file somewhere if you want to allow modding. So for our fence post, which only cares about column, it will have a 0 and a 1, or actually it will have the actual shapes. And our fence post even is shape 4, our fence post odd is shape 5. But you could have something more complex that checks both even and odd, and that would have 4 selections. So you might have for the this would be for the odd or the even row. Then you would have like other shapes or other textures for the odd row. So even and odd will be right there, and we are going to override initialize also and set it in initialize. And we made it protected, so see, we kind of hard-coded our sides here, but we should be loading them somewhere or have a static value somewhere. And let me make sure those are our shape numbers. Just jumping back over here, expanding the mesh parts, and yeah, 4 and 5. So that's where they are in the array also. If we expand our well, that's, yeah, up here is where I want to click. And there they are, that's where they are in the array. So let's jump back down here. And we're going to use the correct fence post. Almost everything else is the same. But we're going to go ahead and process it down here. I'm going to do this part of everything. Let me get rid of this code. I don't believe I still have all this commented stuff in here. So I'll copy and paste that initially. And I'm going to say short or bytes. Well, that should not be a byte, should it? It should be a short. should be the same type as our shape type. And I'm going to say I have a shape down here. So I'll say shape, short shape in is even odd if C even is, if C even, then 0, else it'll be 1. Hate that. I hate having to do the conditions down here because this just removes so many conditions and then we're bringing them back in, but that's kind of why we're having to do it. So we're going to, right now we're going to the neighbor 0 shape. Well, now we're going to do shape in to get it. Now we do have to do a couple things other than this to set up everything. We're not quite finished yet. We have base shape up here. That got to go away. We'll leave it for a few minutes, but it's overall it got to go away. Let's see. Base shapes. We are going to have a public base shape in shapes, or base shapes. Shape. Yeah, sure. Shapes. And where we initialize, where is this? Right there. Base shapes is equal to, come on. It's going to have 2. Let's just do this. So we'll have a base shape. Fence post. And now we need to initialize for each one of those. Once we get rid of our preview stuff in here, get rid of that. So, yeah, we can get rid of a lot of our preview stuff right now. Now, do we have our shape processor on our shape? Yeah, we have our base. So over here in Unity, I'm going to set the shape processor to the index of its shape processor, 1. And then I'm going to jump back up to evaluate, or jump down to evaluate, wherever it's at. And I'm going to say base shapes nugget dot shape. I don't feel like writing all that code out. Did I grab the shape somewhere? No, I did not. Mesh shape is equal to mcommon dot shape mesh library dot shapes nugget dot shape. Shape processor. And let's jump back down. Make sure we didn't forget anything. We shouldn't have. Let's see if we can get rid of our base shape yet. Well, I know there are 2 down here. Just gets confusing and makes typing harder. No red marks. Okay. Anything else we need? Let's go test it. Should have refreshed the prefab. Can't do that while we're running. Generate. Should have done a flat generate, but that's fine. Select. We want to test this only on 4. Well, actually, we can test it on either, I guess. That's an odd row. That's an even row. There we go. Now the hardest part is knowing where you're at. You see, you can figure out, you can do something with those posts. So you could have that bond up like Minecraft. Jump over here. Looking down. I'm in pan mode. And let's just see. Yep. It is getting rid of everything underneath. It is blocking that. Now we can also provide a base for it that changes. So our full would not draw its top. Our post would draw a bottom. And that would reduce hidden faces. But it's not really that important right now. At this moment. Okay, let's go get our texture set up. Alrighty, let's get our wood texture set up here. Let me move my microphone. Back over in Unity, I've already dragged it over here. It's not pixelated. I have both wood rings and wood, so I'm going to go to the materials folder. I'm going to create 2 materials, one called trim, another one called wood rings. Got wood rings selected. Bam. I am going to use the normals. I got these from Genetica. I don't think I would buy it anymore because it doesn't seem that it's supported anymore. The forum's down, everything. But it was great while it lasted. Worked actually great. Alright, there's our 2 new textures. Let's go up to common. I'll just go ahead and add 2 new textures to my list. Trim and wood rings. And then add 1 new preset, wood. And it will have the values of trim will be just like dirt, so it'll be 5, 4, 5. That is our 5th one, index of 4. And let's go up to our shapes. We need to set our mattinesses. So let's see here. We have 4. First one would be going to, how did I set that up? Let's see here. 5, 4, 5. So wood brings so the first one actually will go to 1 on both of these. The second one will go to 0. These both will go to 1. That is, I might have got that totally backwards. I'm going to go ahead and set these properties so we don't have to touch the common. So, and our shape is also 4, yeah. Go ahead and refresh the prefab to set that. And let's run. Let's give it a size of 10 and a smoothing. I'm going to give it a low smoothing so we can see this. Still above me. And we're already set. First time Unity. And we are actually going across, I don't know. We're not actually judging across our rows. Oh, okay, I grabbed the wrong one. But we're not telling our commons around us, or our chunks around us, to update. So I can get right up to this border. Oh, it worked that time. Funny. But we'll take care of that in just 1 second. Turn off place. And give myself some gravity. Got nice tangents and normals, some nice bump. Okay. Let's go ahead and take care of updating our neighbors. Jumping over to the common. What is your chunk in? Well, actually, what's your column and row? Alrighty. So, if the column is greater than 0, we're going to get a chunk index or neighbor index. You really only need to do this when you're on the edge, but for right now we'll just go ahead and do it for all of them. Now we're not actually doing anything diagonally, so we don't need to worry about those. Or do we? Yeah, I guess we do. Okay, so if the column is greater than 0, if the row is greater than 0, if the row is greater than 0 by itself, so I don't need to do this one. I just need to do the diagonal one. And I've already checked it, so I don't need to check again. Guess we should go ahead and check that front left one also. Now we're on the opposite side. And now we need to do row in front of us. And I think that's all of them. Alrighty. So, handle input, handle place, and handle enter both. Update my neighbors. Comment update my neighbors. We have to do it for the preset later when we get to tiling, so we'll go ahead and put it in here now. Well, no, because I might forget. Someone might just be interested in the tiling. So I better wait to do it. Give a smoothing of 0. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There we go. There we go. It's not really zonking us at all. Alrighty. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got something out of it. If you did get something out of it, like and subscribe. And next time around, maybe we'll do water. See you in the next video.